Welcome back to another part of my Istanbul vlog. I'm picking up where I left in my last video, on the busiest street of Istanbul, the Istiklal Caddesi, and I want to show you my favorite bar, which is located really close to this street. It's called Varuna Gezgin and you can easily find it with the help of Google Maps. Sometimes I have this urge to act like a caveman and try to navigate and locate things just with the help of the wind direction, the sun and the birds and stuff like this. It's pretty fun, but sometimes I get lost pretty badly, so don't be like me, just use the Google Maps and you will be fine. What I like about this bar is the fact that they are travelers who travel all around the world and they collect things from every place they visit, so if you like traveling you will find a lot of cool stuff here. The place is really nice, they have amazing beer and drinks. This one was actually not Tuborg. This beer was called Weihenstephan, which is supposed to be the oldest brewery in the world, almost 1000 years old. I personally can't imagine people drinking beer 1000 years ago, that's really crazy. This bar has amazing views from the terrace too. If you walk down from this bar to the street, you will eventually end up at the Galata port. This was actually my first time visiting this place and I was genuinely surprised. It's not like a shopping mall, it's more like an outlet, but there are a lot of cool stores and places to eat, restaurants. It's beautiful. It must be really beautiful in the summer especially. It was really cold that day and I was standing near the sea, so the wind, I wasn't really enjoying that moment, but I have to admit this is a cool place to hang out, so be sure to visit this. The views are amazing, you can see almost all of Istanbul from here. The famous chef Nusret or Salt Bay has its own restaurant here. We had this menu with a burger, fries and a little cake. I have to say the food was pretty good, but I think there is a lot of hype around this and it's probably not worth it. It wasn't really expensive, but it's probably not worth the hype, but that's just my opinions. If you continue walking by the sea, you will eventually end up at the Vodafone Park, which is the home stadium to the Beşiktaş football club. There was a game played at that moment and the atmosphere was amazing even from outside. So if you are a football fan, just buy a ticket and go there, you will not regret it. Right opposite the Vodafone Park, there is my favorite tourist attraction in Istanbul. I'm saying my favorite, it's just my opinion, you don't have to agree with me. This place is called Dolmabahce Palace. And it's actually one of the few places in Istanbul where you can use your iSig or student card to have a discount. If you go there, I recommend buying the ticket, which is combined for the palace and for the harem. What I like about this place is obviously the palace, which is really beautiful from inside and outside. But I like the courtyard too because it's so green, there are so many trees and it's located right near the Bosporus Strait, so it's an amazing combo. You can just sit on the bench and enjoy the moments. If you go inside, you will see how the sultans of the Ottoman Empire in the 19th and 20th century lived. The sultans were the rulers of the Ottoman Empire and they were the most powerful and richest men of the Ottoman Empire. So you can imagine this place looks exactly like that. The palace was the part where the official meetings and visits were held, while the harem part was the place where the sultans and their families lived. So they are a little bit different, but they are both really majestic. You are actually not allowed to take photos and videos inside this place. I always try to follow rules, but I just think if you want to attract people so they come here and visit this place, you have to show them a little bit of the inside, how this place looks. It's not like I don't want to obey the rules. I would compare this place to the Versailles Palace because you can actually see the wealth from this place. This is the Great Hall, which is the last place in the palace part of this Dolmabahce Palace. As I said, the exterior is beautiful too, but the interior tops it for me. This is the harem part. The sad thing about this place is the fact that if you go to Google and you will search the top places to visit in Istanbul, sometimes it's not even in top 5 or top 10, and sometimes it's not even mentioned at all. I personally think it's top 3 in Istanbul. There's a clock museum outside the palace. It was closed now, but I was there 2 years ago. And trust me, you will be surprised. You don't have to buy a ticket anymore, it's included in the main ticket. Not far away from the palace there is this park, which is called Machka Park. It's a really nice park. You just go there, lay down on the grass and chill. There were so many people because it was Sunday. It was pretty cold, but it was still almost full. If you continue walking by the sea, but my personal advice, take a bus, it's the cheapest option. You will end up in Ortaköy area, which is right near the Bosporus bridge. This area is full of restaurants, fast foods, bars, and there is probably a busy nightlife too because there were a lot of young people. What I like about this place are the views, especially at night. Just look at the bridge. If you take the ferry from Beşiktaş to Üsküdar, you will cross the Bosporus Strait. You will go from Europe to Asia in like 10 minutes and you will have great views on Istanbul. My next advice is, if you want nice photos, take the ferry from Üsküdar to Eminönü just before the sunset. Trust me, it's amazing. Just look at this. Üsküdar is reachable with Marmaray train too, as I said in the previous video. We are now taking metro to the Kishikli station, which is closest to the television tower. You have to walk a little from the metro station to the tower, but you can walk through this beautiful park. I saw some bars, so I did some sets of pull-ups and dips. At that time I haven't been to gym for like a week, that's why I struggled so much on these bars. Right at top of this park is the television tower, which is 369 meters tall. It's the tallest building in Istanbul and is probably the tallest building in all of Turkey too. The tower was finished 1 or 2 years ago. You can go up to the 40th floor, there is a restaurant and there are probably some amazing views, but I didn't go up there because it was really misty that day and I wouldn't be able to see much, so I didn't go there. The ticket costs 120 Turkish lira for foreigners. Then I went to the biggest mosque in Turkey, which is not far from here, but you should take a taxi or bus. I had some amazing chicken in this small restaurant on the way. The Grand Chamlika Mosque is the biggest mosque in Turkey. It was finished in 2019 and as you can see, it's absolutely huge. It was prayers time and you are not allowed to go inside during the prayer time as a visitor, so I had to wait outside. The capacity of this mosque is 63,000 people. There were probably like 1 or 2,000 people when I was there. You can even go up to the second floor and just look how tiny these people look, they are like ants. This place is so huge and it's really nice. This mosque has even an underground parking lot. The mosque is located on the hill, so there are good views from there. You can see the Levent area with skyscrapers where we are going right now. I had to go down from this hill to the Üsküdar station once again and I took the ferry through the Bosporus Strait to the Beşiktaş. From the Beşiktaş I walked to the nearest metro station and went to the Levent area. Metro is a great way to travel around the city because it's well connected and they are building new metro lines. There is a big shopping mall just before the Levent, it's called Cevahir. There is no need for shopping malls in Istanbul, trust me. This is the Levent area, it's a business district on the European side of the city. As you can see, it has a really modern and beautiful skyline. I like this place because it's really alive here. In the final part of my Istanbul vlog I will show you the most famous things like Blue Mosque, Grand Bazaar and Hagia Sophia, so stay tuned. So thank you for watching. If you wanna see the final part of the video, subscribe, like or comment down below. Part 3 coming soon, so stay tuned.